Whoa, dudes and dudettes, it's Dan Mitri, totally the community manager at DICE, here to talk to you about our latest update to Battlefield 1 called Shock Operations. And it's aptly named because it would be a shock for you to still be playing Battlefield 1 when the closed alpha for our new game Battlefield 5 is live, for those hashtag PC Master Racists that were lucky enough to get this email like Schwantz, who will be streaming it later today. Sorry, console peasants. Total bummer, bro. Anyways, this is the last of the monthly updates to this game, which is a cadence that we picked in order to make it seem like we're constantly working on the game, yet never have enough time to put any meaningful things into a smaller update window. Since we're way too lazy to host an update live stream ourselves because we're busy working on Battlefield V, instead we outsourced it to Flackfire, who was silly enough to play on the VCR with its amazing graphical capabilities, and since it was a DICE stream, it had some graphical and volume issues anyway. At least it started with a trailer that was miles better than either trailer for our upcoming game that was actually supposed to hype everyone up for it. Far out. Anyways, the main feature of this new patch is what's called Shock Operations, and I guess you could say that this is a my bad for not even bothering to include a new Operations with the clearly rushed Apocalypse DLC, so now you're getting it 4 months later, and only for the map River Somme from that DLC, even though it's a Conquest Assault map that we all know you guys love getting spawn trapped on. Gnarly, homie. The other maps for Shock Operations include Giant Shadow, Prise de Tehur, both of which were later vanilla map adds, Lupgau Pass, which is part of In the Name of the Tsar DLC, which we gave away for free earlier this month, and Zeebrugge, part of the Turning Tides DLC, which you're giving away for free this week, so be sure to gobble it up like Pac-Man, totally retro. For these 5 Shock Operations, you don't need to have the DLCs or the premium pass. They're available only in this game mode to all of you plebs that didn't pay extra to fill our empty vessel of a game. Also, I know we had previously removed 40-player operations since it took us over a year to implement that game mode into the server browser and made matchmaking with multiple player count settings nearly impossible for pretty much everybody, but all of these single map operations have that smaller 40-player count instead of 64, thus making it less hectic or the opposite of what Battlefield is known for. We try and pass off that this new mode is built for speed, not comfort, like that motorboating son of a bitch, yet even single map operations still take much longer than what the ADHD Gamma Lab snorting kids can handle in a video game these days. In addition to the new mode and maps for those cheap bastards that couldn't figure out how to steal mom's credit card, we also added 3 new weapons. Well, actually only 1 new weapon with the Burton LMR, and 2 new variants, the Annihilator Trench and M1911 Silence, as if you needed yet another type of 1911 pistol. The Burton LMR is a support weapon that was a prototype weapon meant as an aircraft gun, but since we're running out of source material, we said, YOLO, let's just put this in the game as a soldier weapon. This crazy beepity bop of a gun has 2 different magazines, one of which is good for infantry and the other has incendiary rounds, but before you Call of Duty World War II players start screeching autistically at this, it's not as good as the other magazine against infantry. It's only really good against airplanes as a big middle finger to the people that already completed the Destroy 2 Aircraft with LMG challenge for that Parabellum. The Annihilator Storm variant is for the assault class and is better for more mid-range gunfights, or if you're a lame that's out of range for the end of a show when the band throws picks off stage and have to scramble to try and get one. Both of these weapons require unlock challenges. Meanwhile, the M1911 Silence is available straight away, since you probably already have 3 or 4 other kinds of the greatest handgun evers. Oh, and just to make it seem like we're expanding your arsenal, For assault and support classes, you're now allowed to equip tanker and pilot weapons, which is probably a dumb decision since we purposely made these weapons more shit than the ones you get for other classes, since you're given a fucking vehicle as your actual weapon. But if you've never been one of those vehicle whores that unlock those primary weapons, they won't be unlocked for the assault and support classes either. Buzzkill, yo. As if you didn't get enough stuff with the assault class in this patch, we also buffed the RSC SMG's 3-hit kill range, which only barely makes it better than the new tanker and pilot guns. For the medic class, the general loot rifle now has 2 fire modes, shit and really shit, with the current semi-auto and the new bolt action if you want to make one of the worst weapons for that class even less attractive, like waves that break way too soon. For the scout class, you're shit out of luck with this update, as not even the M1903 infantry that was on the CTE in previous builds was included in this patch. The rest of the things that are in this patch are really only minor bug fixes, and not even the most important fix for the revived Twitch bug that made it into the most recent CTE build, which is actually the only thing that would have been worth doing at this point late in the game's life cycle. Radical, man. Oh, and we made some improvements to the mid-round balancer that was in one patch, then taken out less than 24 hours later and then put back into the April patch, but I'm glad it's taken this long to get a feature correct that's been in third-party rental server plugins for years now, but we took away third-party rental servers because EA wants all of the money. 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards, that's what we do here at DICE, so good luck trying to convince yourself that this closed alpha of Battlefield 5 will actually lead to any meaningful change before it's way too late.
It's definitely cool to, really? Oh, that guy's looking over there like, wow, I just dodged a bullet that time.